Welcome, Transformer fans. My name is Composite Enerjoe, and today I'm bringing you my review. Of the Transformers War for Cybertron Siege Deluxe Class Ironhide, or whatever you want to pronounce it. But here he is in his Cybertronian van mode, or no, this is clearly supposed to be a van, which is based off of his Generation 1 van alt mode. Yeah, here it is, and this is one figure in the Siege line that I was really looking forward to, because this is a really cool little figure. It's just really nice. Also, you can remove this. This is his weapon. It's like an Energon rocket launcher or something. That also, if you switch this, turns into a rocket hammer. Well, it's a rocket hammer, not a rocking hammer. But it might also be referred to as a rocking hammer, but that's besides the point. So yeah, hammer missile launcher thing. There we go. So yeah, Ironhide in his Cybertronian van mode, which looks pretty cool. It at least looks exactly what it looks. It looks just like how it looks exactly how it should, which is just a van. There you go. Although it is a little bit longer, so it kind of looks more like a truck than a van, but it looks clearly like a van. Got nice details all around. Check it out. A little bit of the battle damage, which is part of the deluxe classes in the line. And yes, you can see the back of his head here, which is a bit of a shame, but these aren't Earth vehicles, so it's allowed here. This is more just for mobility than actual hiding. And his wheels all move, but he doesn't roll that well. Like, his wheels have a tendency of getting stuck. So I don't know if that's because of just their design or what, but or it could just be a flaw on this one. But yeah, the wheels kind of get stuck on mine, a bit stiff. So enough about that. Let's get on with his transformation. First thing, one quick thing to do is just sort of press here. That's not how you're supposed to do it, but that's one way of like having this separated. Come in here, open this up, then you prick these down. Then you fold these down for clearance, fold this in, and you probably can see it already, but his transformation is pretty easy. There's a peg here for this, for that. He's almost done. Then you come here, flip this out, flip that down, and then you rotate. And then you'll feel or hear like a slight click when you put them in place. There you can feel a slight click, and it kind of locks, as you can tell. To put it back, you have to like lift up. You have to lift the front, lift this part a little bit, the front, so that you can rotate it back. Because when you put it into place, it locks, which is fine. Then you come down here, separate this down, fold this down, flip up his awesome looking head. Well, click this into place and then flip back. And then for this, you can do it like that, but what you're supposed to do is that you have this little bar and these little notches. You fold this at an angle so that it connects there, and then you get more of his angled chest look. Then his arms line up, and there we go. Let me lift this up a little bit. Angle it. I'm still using my floating camera trick, as you can see, but this is sort of maneuvering it a little more, so stop shaking. There you go. Yeah, so here he is in his robot mode. As you can see, it was very short, sweet, and to the point, which is just how I like it. And check out that head sculpt. That's a very nice Ironhide head sculpt, which I don't know if I can get it on camera, but there we go. He does have some nice blue eyes painted on there. So, very nice, nicely detailed. This looks like a G1 Ironhide, but like with a slightly more modern update, which is very nice, very cool. I was super excited for this guy. And obviously you have his weapon, which, oh wait, we're not there yet. First, let's get on with articulation. His head is on a swivel. Well, actually I don't know what it's on. Like, I can't tell if this is supposed to be a ball joint, but yeah, he can swivel and go up and down. So it's like a weird joint there. Like, his arm, I think, is on, what was it called? The universal joint. It goes in, out, all around. You have this little extra joint here on his that connects to his torso. You have a swivel there, bend at the elbow, and some wrist action. Always welcomed, not required, but always appreciated. Let's see, you have a waist swivel. His leg can go in, out, forward, back, all around. It's universal. There's a swivel at the thigh, bend at the knee, and a pretty nice ankle pivot. You can get him in some nice dynamic poses. Right, Ironhide. Yep, you get the poses. And for his weapon, you can either plug it in any of the ports, or have him hold them like I do. So you can have his little, his big cannon. He has his big gun here, and as before, you just have him hold it like this. There we go. And he gets a hammer too, because now everybody has a hammer. At first it was just Ultra Magnus, but then Bumblebee got a hammer, and now Ironhide gets a hammer. You get a hammer, and you get a hammer, and that joke is overplayed so much. It's not even funny. I think it stopped being funny after like the bajillionth time it was used. But I had to use it sometime. So yeah. So there's his hammer. And for storage, I like to just plug it back here. You just sort of put it on his back if you wanted to. I think it looks nice as an option. So yeah, so that's it for Ironhide. And verdict on him, and my final verdict, he is great. Out of all of the, like I said, out of all of the figures, especially out of all of the figures that were announced for that I'm aware of for now anyway, from the War for Cybertron Siege toy line, this was honestly, I think, the one that got me the most excited for the line was this Ironhide. I fell in love with this guy immediately, and I got him as soon as I could find him. The other one, like it was 3 figures in particular right now that I was really excited for. It was him, what was it? Ultra Magnus, which I did a review prior, and the, as of right now, soon to be released, Titan class Omega Supreme. I cannot wait for that Omega Supreme. I think it looks amazing. So yeah, Ironhide, fantastic. Highly recommend them. You should really get him out. He's short, not short. His transformation is short, sweet, and to the point, which I love. The vehicle mode looks nice. The robot mode looks really nice. His accessory is actually really cool because it's a rocket launcher doubling as a hammer, and he's got really nice articulation and details. He's just very, very cool. I really have nothing more to say, except that I'm going to bring in Ratchet. Yeah, it's Ironhide and Ratchet. It's the old men. It's the grumpy old men of Cybertron. That's what these are. So as you can see, this Ironhide is quite a bit bigger and a little bit taller, like at least an entire head taller than the standard, what I consider to be a standard deluxe class figure in the Prime Ratchet here with his quarter. So yeah, he's pretty big. For a deluxe class figure, he's fairly sizable, which is nice. It's Ratchet and Ironhide again. That's funny. I wouldn't be surprised if they end up repainting this as a Ratchet, since Ratchet originally was a repaint of Ironhide. But that's neither here nor there. So yeah, again, final thoughts overall, he's great. Highly recommend him. You should really get him out. He's really cool. So yeah, this has been my review of the Transformers War for Cybertron Siege Deluxe Class Ironhide. This is Composite Enerjoe signing off. Peace out.